Welcome to the Startup Summit of the International Trade Council, and welcome to my keynote presentation. Today I am going to be talking about something most businesses do not even think about, and that is starting a business in a new country like Canada. Startups are challenging in the first place, but it becomes more challenging in an entirely new country or environment. Is it not? Or is it? Let us explore what I mean with some examples. Okay, the first one is Hari works as a senior manager at a software firm in Delhi, India. His dream was to run his own software firm one day. He had grown up the ranks, and the only fear stood between him and his dreams were fear itself. He was earning a handsome salary, and the prospect of becoming unemployed was too much to bear. He had saved enough money after working for about 11 years. He never dreamt that Canada is going to be a destination to start his business until he started hearing about it. He had a family with 2 kids. His wife had friends in Canada, and she was highly motivated by the education prospects for her children in Canada and the stability of the nation. Harry and his family traveled to Canada on an exploratory visit to see for themselves, and lo and behold, Hari could identify several business startup opportunities when he arrived. He then realized that in a developed nation, entrepreneurial opportunities arrive in several forms. He ultimately bought a web development firm in Canada where the owner was retiring. A small firm with a sizable number of loyal clients. He knew exactly what to do to expand it. He could expand it with support from a team in India, and things changed very fast for his family. This story of Hari may tickle some of your mind in some way. After all, successful entrepreneurs is all about thinking outside the box. The top 5 challenges for startups, according to Forbes magazine, is the following. 1. Resources. 2. Just knowing what to do. 3. Finding the right ideas on how to implement what to do. 4. Hiring and managing people. And 5. Attracting clients. Now, Harry found the right business which helped him accomplish his dreams. The previous owner also agreed to work for a few months as an employee even after the business was transferred, just to assist with a smooth transition. Because of Hari's experience in India, he could get more offshore projects done, and he could grow the Canadian company he now owns. Most of the challenges he would have faced as a budding startup in a new country changed into opportunity. Not only was he happy with his ownership and growth, but his family was delighted with the move as well. It is estimated that many small businesses in North America just close down when the owner retires. It is an opportunity for entrepreneurs to explore this potential because it could address a lot of the challenges faced by startups. Canada welcomes entrepreneurs who would like to start a new business by themselves or partner with a Canadian company as a working shareholder, or even buy an existing business entirely. We will now discuss the eligibility norms for coming to Canada. Okay, one of the most compelling questions for any startups is if they will succeed. I am an entrepreneur myself, and I was not born one. I started off working in companies and gradually moved towards entrepreneurship. Fortunately, I live in a country where entrepreneurship is encouraged. Not Everyone is like me. Most, in fact, most are. Experienced entrepreneurs themselves who want to start something new is attracted to move. Entrepreneurs are creative, and creativity could pull them in different directions. I have some of my clients who were industrialists who also loved to cook and wanted to set up a signature restaurant either in their country or somewhere else, more often with a member of their family, like a spouse or a child. I have once dealt with an entrepreneur from Vietnam. She, who was an industrialist, the CEO of a company she inherited from her parents. But cooking was her passion as well. Her daughter, who was an adult, who is a co owner of the business in Vietnam, also had the same passion. Both of them started a new restaurant in a new country, Canada, thereby monetizing their passion or hobby. Different approaches adopted by different entrepreneurs from around the world. Okay, now why Canada? A Canadian address puts your business in the heart of the political and financial centers of North America, with proximity to New York, Chicago, Boston, Seattle, and North America in general as a continental axis, etc. Canada is an internationally recognized business destination. Canada was recently designated as the first renminbi RMB trading hub in the Americas and the only RMB trading hub in North America. That's what I believe it was a few months ago. Doing business in Toronto or Canada means doing business with the world. Canada also has a long history of technological innovations. Mars Discovery District has recently been named as the world's leading accelerator. The World Bank groups lists Canada as the second best country in the G20 for starting a business. Canada also holds the distinction of the sixth best country globally. Canada also ranks highly in ease of getting credit and protection of minority investors. KPMG's Competitive Alternatives reports lists Canada as having the second lowest business costs of the countries studied, behind only to Mexico. The cost of starting a business is reported to be only 75% that of the United States. Education is free and is well funded by the government. So Canada consistently ranks near the top of the wide range of education related metrics. Entrepreneurs are creative risk takers who capitalize on opportunity and provide opportunity as well. In many countries, small businesses is a mainstay, a major part of their economy. Today, startups and entrepreneurship have a new opportunity and a demand we have not seen before. They are invited by developed nations like Canada, offering residency and citizenship. Let me try and explain who can benefit from entrepreneurship and residency program which most Canadian provinces has adopted. It is a good program where entrepreneurs are welcome to start up or set up their new venture in Canada, and the government offers residency and citizenship over time. Let us now explore this rather new option for entrepreneurs. This option will work well if you have one, you have the resources to invest in your business with at least $100,000 Canadian. It is not much to start a business with. Two, you have a personal net worth of at least $300,000. 3. You have some experience as an entrepreneur, or you must have worked as a senior manager and now you are ready to start a venture on your own. Every province and the entrepreneur immigration program they offer have different selection criteria. Some have age limits and some don't. Every program leads to permanent residency, progressing to citizenship based on choice, which means if you do not want to become a Canadian citizen, you can continue to be a Canadian permanent resident if you want. Some of the benefits of starting a business venture in Canada are 1. Exposure to the North American market. 2. Developed nation privileges if you are currently living in a developing nation. 3. Residency for family. 4. Welcoming environment for entrepreneurs. And 5. Growth and expansion prospects. And 6. Support. We are now going to discuss how you can approach this opportunity and capitalize on it. There is no single way to approach opportunities. Entrepreneurs today are creative and would determine what is best for them based on some examples I'm going to be talking about. Canadian provinces welcome entrepreneurs. They benefit from entrepreneurs through increased employment, and small businesses contribute towards the economy of the region. The qualifying factors are the following if you want to approach Canada as a destination. Number 1, your personal net worth must be at least $300,000, which includes your home, your other assets, and your business assets as well if you have any. 2, you must be willing to start a new venture or buy an existing one with at least 100,000 Canadian dollars. Certain conditions apply for every province, and every province has their own qualifying amount based on the entrepreneur program they run. Number 3, age is a factor for some provinces, but Ontario, the most populous province in Canada, has no age requirement. Number 4, education. Some provinces require a minimum qualification of post-secondary qualifications. However, Ontario, the most populous province in Canada, does not have any minimum education requirement. Number 5, English. English or French. Minimum benchmark of English or French is required to conduct business in Canada. Number 6, most provinces expect a 3-year entrepreneur experience or a 4-year senior manager experience. Even if you are a senior manager with experience, you could qualify for entrepreneur program in Canada. If you think you have the above credentials, you may want to explore entrepreneur opportunities in Canada. You will be surprised, or you may be surprised with what you're going to find. Some families pool together for a generational move. I had the privilege of representing three different members of a family moving to Canada. The parents and 2 adult children and their families. The father and 2 sons co-owned a large manufacturing plant in India making pipes. They are in the process of starting a similar industrial establishment in Canada with a 33.3% stake each. They would allow this venture would allow them to expand their business and make it global. It also provides Canadian residency to 3 generations of the same family. Let me provide you with 2 more examples. Please use these examples to identify opportunities which could be relevant to your approach. But please understand that each opportunity is different, and sometimes you may be more creative to do something better than others. So don't try to mimic anybody, try to introduce your own way to do it. There was a fish exporter or a, what do you call that, a seafood exporter from Sri Lanka who moved to Canada and started a seafood restaurant. He brought his family along and imported seafood from his company in Sri Lanka for his restaurant in Canada. And he also exported lobsters to Southeast Asian countries from Canada. The export component from Canada was never in his business plan, but was an add-on at a later stage. Being an entrepreneur, he could identify and capitalize on opportunities. In this instance, this entrepreneur from Sri Lanka bought a restaurant in Canada. He did not build a restaurant from scratch by himself. When he came to Canada, he bought a restaurant which was closing down. He got a very good value for his investment. His Canadian adventure assured him an increased sale of his fisheries output in Sri Lanka and provided an opportunity for Canadian exports as well. He also had operating businesses in Canada. His spouse owned and ran the restaurant in Canada. They are now contemplating franchising the brand of restaurants. Sometimes partnering with Canadian companies also provides a very solid platform for operating in Canada. One example, a senior manager from overseas of an online research and marketing company became a major shareholder of a snowboarding equipment manufacturer in the Atlantic region of Canada. And both of them built the business together. The manufacturer in Canada manufactured the good snowboarding equipment, and the new partner could propel the company to new markets with proper and professional online marketing and promotions. Entrepreneurship sometimes could complement each other's skills, assisting the company to grow. Some businesses in Canada would also be looking for foreign partners to expand operations and for exports as well. The opportunities are pretty much endless. I would take this moment to encourage you to think outside the box and consider all avenues of opportunity when you plan to start your venture. That is what entrepreneurs do, and thinking outside the box could obtain out of the world returns. If you want to discuss opportunities or would like to do an evaluation, feel free to send us an email at business@polinsys.ca or get in touch with the hosts of this event so that you can arrange for a meeting. Thank you all for participating here, and thanks to the International Trade Council. Adios.